think he's go.
That's it. Love you guys. Let's go. Gang on me, gang on three. 1, 2, 3. Gang.
The autumn wind is a pirate, blustering in from sea. With a rollicking song he sweeps along, swaggering boisterously. His face is weather-beaten. He wears a hooded sash, with a silver hat about his head, and a bristling black mustache. He growls as he storms the country, a villain big and bold. And the trees all shake and quiver and quake as he robs them of their gold. The autumn wind is a raider, pillaging just for fun. He'll knock you round and upside down and laugh when he's conquered and won.
I know this is only week 4, but this game is huge for the Las Vegas Raiders. Reception is everything in football, especially when you're just 20 games into your tenure with your team. You obviously want your boss to think you have the right stuff to get the franchise going in the right direction. He signs the checks, and he won't be signing too many more out to you if he doesn't feel like you have what it takes. You definitely have to have players buying what you're selling. You can only be a my way or the highway type of coach if your way works. Players will stop listening to a my way or the highway coach quick if his way doesn't work. The fans better be buying what you're selling too. If not, you get home openers like the Raiders just had with Pittsburgh Steelers fans drowning out Raider fans in their home stadium. That's how games can be so big this early in the season. Now that we've established how big this game is, how did the Raiders win it? Well, there are guys hurt on both sides, but it all comes down to one thing. The Raiders can't let Los Angeles Chargers quarterback Justin Herbert go crazy, and this is a way to not let that happen. Herbert is very mobile, so it starts with stuff like this. Alright, Crosby's coming off of one edge, and the other edge rusher has his man extended, ready to disengage. But you have 2 Raider interior rushers rushing in the same lane, so Steeler quarterback Kenny Pickett has a big hole and he's up out of there. The Raiders can't have stuff like that. If Pinkett did what he did, what's Herbert gonna do? Alright, we got Malcolm Kuntz taking the inside move, and he's gonna miss the sack, so Pickett's gonna spin and go out the back door. Alright, here we go with another one. Alright, now the Raiders have Jerry Tillery of all people on the edge, and he's gonna lose contain. The result is a completion for a few yards. Alright, the Steelers got a man in motion, and I think the Raiders are running a stunt here. Yes, they are, and Pickett thinks he can get out of the pocket whenever he wants to, but Crosby's on his way on the stunt, and Pickett's going to have to throw that thing away. This is how the Raiders have to rush Herbert. Alright, we have a nice little even rush here. It got everybody in their rush lane. Pickett is trapped and can't go anywhere, so Crosby's going to beat this double team and get the sack. Alright, here the Raiders are showing blitz, but they're going to back out of it. So now it looks like we have 3 defensive linemen forcing Pickett to his right into Crosby, who has contained. Pickett sees that, so he's going to go ahead and play hot potato with this one. That's how the Raiders have to rush Herbert, or he's going to kill them. The new regime knows this though. They played against him last year. Alright, they had Cleveland Ferrell, who was on the team then at one of the interior defensive lineman spots, and they dropped him. And that created a big hole, so Herbert's not going to turn that down. I'm telling you right now, it's going to hurt if the Raiders don't contain him. Alright, Crosby took an inside move and ran himself into the double team, so he lost contain. So Herbert's going to roll to his right and find someone for a completion. The Raiders have to stay in the rush lanes and make the tackle if they have a chance to make it against Herbert. Alright, Andrew Billings, who was on the team at the time, was still dealing with his man, but he had one hand on Herbert. He has to make that play. Otherwise, crap like this happens. They lost game 1 because they let him do too much of that, and they started off letting him do too much of that in game 2. They dropped interior defensive lineman Bilal Nichols, so he has a huge hole in front of him that he's going to take off into. Alright, you're going to see this one is all too common. Max Crosby is getting held. It's right there in front of the refs, but they're not calling it. That causes Crosby to lose contain and Herbert gets out of the pocket. Good thing the Raiders had good coverage on that play, right? This is what you really get when you let Herbert out the pocket though. Crosby makes that inside move and runs himself into that double team again, so Herbert's going out of the pocket. And he dropped the bomb on the Raiders. But the Raiders adjusted and won the game. Tillery on the interior was a big help too. Here he's pushing through that interior to set up Jones, who has his man extended and ready to disengage to make the play. Alright, we're on to this one. And Tillery already has his man beat on the interior and forces him out to Crosby, who has contained. Ain't much Herbert can do on that play but throw it away. Tillery owned the interior in this game. Look at that, he has his man beat again already, and Chandler Jones has his man locked out, and Crosby's coming off that edge. Where's he gonna go? Where can he go? He's about to get this work from Tillery as he throws the ball. This is one of the few times Nichols got down. Look at that, he whooped his man already, and when he forces Herbert to run, Jones is gonna meet him. I'm not sure if this was a sack or a short gain, but I can tell you it's 4th down and time to get off the field. The Raiders are bringing the safety blitz with Isaiah Palomao here. Oh yeah, they're coming from all angles here. He is trapped. There's absolutely nowhere for him to go. So Palomao's going to collect his first career NFL sack on this play. Here comes the blitz within Raider linebacker Denzel Perryman. Herbert saw him coming, so he's trying to get up out of there. Meanwhile, look at Jones, who has his arms all the way extended out and he's ready to disengage. Jones has 35-inch long arms, so he's going to win this battle and get this sack. Alright, they're bringing Perryman again. Alright, you got your guys coming off the edges, and between the interior guys and Perryman coming on the blitz, there's nowhere for Herbert to go, so he has to go ahead and play hot potato with it. Alright, the Raiders are bringing Perryman again on this one. And Herbert has absolutely nowhere to go while they're coming at him from all angles. Herbert did well just to throw that thing away. Alright, the Raiders are only bringing 4 on this one. He's trapped again. There ain't nowhere for him to go, so this is going to end in the sack. Alright, Jones is going to get the sack here, but this is perfect the way the Raiders just make the whole pocket collapse quickly. And that is how you stop Herbert from going off on you. Yeah, we got good news. Jones was cut by the Raiders. It's no longer their problem. I hope they can somehow void this contract to get room under the salary cap. Alright, enough of that. The Raiders got to find a way to beat the Chargers. I'm not going to celebrate Garoppolo being out though because it's an injury, a concussion of all things. He and Hobbs will be out. The Chargers have a host of guys that are out or may be out, but that's not what's important. Herbert is playing. They can't let him go crazy making plays with his legs. They have to stay in the rush lanes and close the pocket in on him. Thank you for watching. See you next time.